Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'm looking at Supergirl issue 1. Yeah, so I don't buy a lot of DC books at the moment. Stopped getting it around Future State. Didn't pick many up at all. Get the occasional one. Obviously, we had challenges recently. When I saw they were doing a Supergirl series, yeah, well, look, I like Supergirl. I've bought the last couple of Supergirl series, New 52 one, and I don't think I've got the one after that. Um, but yeah, and they redesigned the costume. I saw the costume redesign they did when they did that kind of Team Superman kind of look a couple of months ago. Didn't like it then. This one I think is much, much better. And then they did the art germ covers. It's like, well, I've definitely got to have the art germ cover at least, if nothing else. Um, I saw that this was written and drawn by Sophie Campbell. Um, I've liked Sophie Campbell's artwork in some stuff I've seen before. I've even had some pleasant chats with Sophie Campbell on Twitter back in the day about her D&D characters. I didn't hear great stuff about her Turtles run, but maybe it got a little bit too domestic. So it's like, okay, well, we'll give this a try. See what it's like. You know, and it's actually really did quite enjoy this one. This was pretty decent. Um, there's a standard problems that we've got with DC at the moment is continuity. So we've got a quite nice inner cover again. We've got the cardboard cover. Um, the problem we've got with this is it the continuity to this one references a lot of stuff from the original 70s Supergirl series where she's in Midvale. Um, that apparently even went onto Wikipedia to see all this kind of stuff. A lot of this stuff was erased several times over since then through Crisis, through Infinite Crisis, through various reboots. And this is kind of like a reintroduction to all that continuity, but without kind of like the important event happening. I suppose there must have been something going on with Darkseid and all that stuff. I suppose that might have been the reason for it. Um, so it's fine. It's just that I've seemed to have lost track of what is actually kind of current continuity because it seems to be everything is when they just feel like it. But this one does feel like a very kind of Silver Age kind of story. Um, but it works. I think it's really quite good. So yeah, I do not regret getting this one at this point in time. So we start off with this character called Princess Shark, who's basically trying to take over Metropolis. She's soon put out of into the water. That's no problem at all. Crypto is there with her. They're going off to the Fortress of Solitude to do her patrol of Kandor, the bottle city, because Superman's doing something else. And again, I like this costume. Um, and they go there. There's a train going off the rails, and this kind of this weird creature thing coming on there. And again, this Laron, there's a lot of stuff here that seems to assume you know a lot of stuff about Supergirl history. I don't really know much. I know a little bit of the Peter David stuff, um, but most of my Supergirl continuous buying was Supergirl and League of Superheroes, which was really very cool. And that kind of series, and onwards from there. So there's characters that seem to be referenced that I don't know about. Um, but judging by Wikipedia, they seem to be going back to that original 70 series. So again, we're bringing all this stuff back. Anyway, Supergirl knows this weird creature thingy. She rescues this girl, and the girl is kind of like completely like enamored with her. So, oh, you're so good. And it's like, oh, yeah, you're much better than Superman. It's like, yeah, it's not a contest. It's fine, but I'll be back. Anyway, she goes to the council. The council say, right, we need to adopt. Basically, if you can promise you can look after this weird creature, you can take it with you. Other than that, it's going to have to go back into jail. And she said, oh no, I can't be responsible for that. And she's kind of questioned herself about whether or not Superman would do it. And again, there's a few clumsy words in it. It's like, I always feel I'm under my cousin's shadow. I mean, yeah, it's Superman, but maybe I'm keeping myself there. My cousin. I would have said, I'm always under the I feel I'm under his shadow. He's Superman, of course I am. But it's just there's this just yeah, like you had to mention that it was a cousin in case you had never read it before. So it's kind of an exposition. We see that in a lot of stuff nowadays. So it's one of the things. Um, but anyway, so she leaves. She gets a phone call from her parents or adoptive parents that basically say that to come back to Midvale, and they kind of explain she's going to go back there. She's got this cool prismatic comb thing that allows her to comb her hair and it changes colour. So she's going to go back as Linda Danvers, although she's kind of questioning whether or not to use that name or not, and even go back as herself. And when she gets there, there's this weird stuff going on where there's a sign for uh, a Supergirl. And she finds all her old costumes chucked out, which again goes back to the '84 Crisis costume. It's like, what is going on? Um, anyway, it turns out she makes one of her friends who recognises her, and it's like, "Oh, you're back here for the summer." And she said, "Oh, what happened to you? You went out, you became an actress, something else." And it's like, yeah, in the original '70s series or whatever it was, she went off and became a actress in a soap opera. So again, we're using all these really, really old references. And it's like, right, so is that now her continuity? I don't know. Anyway, so the car comes barreling along. She turns into Supergirl and saves her. And everyone's kind of really happy about it, except for the fact that all of a sudden she realizes, well, I mean, that's not Supergirl. She's an imposter. And apparently the real Supergirl turns up. And the real Supergirl just looks like, there's another weird, she's quite chunky, I think is the word. I don't know, that would say in these pictures, but then later on she's not. Anyway, she turns up and basically sprays her with this goo, and she's got this weird pee on her chest, and I don't quite know why that is. And kind of basically puts her down and just basically goes, "Well, you better leave now," and that's it. And she kind of, okay, that's really strange. So she turns into Linda Danvers again, puts her brown hair on, goes into her parents, and her parents don't recognise her whatsoever. And it's like, well, there's something really weird going on here. I need to figure out what's going on. And she kind of says, well, she's got fly powers like a Kryptonian, that old Supergirl, but she's obviously using tech. So something really even weird is going on there. It's like all very well having Midway having their own superhero. So right, that's it's like my hometown having a superhero. There's not a lot going on that really justifies a superhero. So you know, maybe taking some milk to the little old ladies next door or something or other. But that's about it. Um, so that's a weird statement as well. But okay, that's fine. Um, anyway, she's at the parents' house, and down the stairs comes apparently Linda Danvers. And it's like, well, that's strange. Well, yeah, no, I'm Linda. At least I think I am. I don't quite know why she's questioning herself because surely you know who you are. Um, so obviously that's Supergirl, but she's kind of drawing this weird kind of retro style, kind of Scooby Doo Velma style. Um, so it's just got that weird kind of retro vibe to the entire thing. Very, very Silver Age, and it does work. It's kind of it's quite nice to read something that's kind of not you know murders and deaths and blood and people's heads popping off and all this kind of stuff. It's just quite cool to read something that's a fairly yeah, light-hearted look at stuff. So all in all, I really did enjoy it. It's more than I thought I was going to. I thought it'd be okay, but as I got to the end of this, I thought, no, that was actually quite fun. I really did enjoy that. So definitely buy an issue 2. We'll still stick with it to like I normally do, 2 issues, 3 issues in. See how we go. If it continues to be that good, we'll continue buying it. But all in all, I think it's a very, very good start for a Supergirl series. I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this one. So thanks very much for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.